Hey everyone, welcome to week 7, your final week of Guidance 18. You will be free for the last part of your summer, and I just wanted to say thank you for a great experience. Those of you who stuck it out, there weren't many of you, but you were super solid, and I was so thankful to get to know you a little bit through your journal activities, through your papers. Your personal statements were great. You'll be getting those back via email this week. I am actually taping this in Ohio. My mom moved to Ohio a couple years ago, and my family and I are visiting her this week. So I am technically in Ohio for this last week of class, but we have Wi-Fi, and so I will be able to be accessible to you via email and phone if you need me. So please, again, if there's any questions or you have any concerns, let me know right away. I will also be wrapping up the grading, so if you see any holes in your grades, please let me know right away. If I missed something, or if maybe you turned something in and I don't have it recorded, definitely need to get that in order, because as soon as this week is over, I'm going to be grading, probably most likely while I'm on the plane flying home, and I have to post these grades by Saturday. I think I have 48 hours from when the class ends to when I can have to post grades. So I'm going to be grading like a mad person on Thursday and Friday, trying to get your finals graded and everything posted. So please, as soon as you see any discrepancies, let me know. In terms of this week, it's really a wrap-up week. You still have some final assignment things to do, which would normally be, not finals week, but because we're doing basically 2 weeks in one, we're doing a 16-week class in 7, and so I really am combining 2+ weeks into 1 week here. So you do have a couple wrap-up things to do. You have an instructor survey. Please be honest, it's anonymous. You get points. Blackboard will recognize that you've completed the survey, but it's not based on what you say or anything. I won't even know who says what. It's just a survey, so I can become a better instructor. I really value your opinion and your input. So please be open with that. You will get credit for completing it. You will have your final exam, which I already sent out to you through the announcement forum. It's really an essay that you'll be writing. A quality essay will probably be about 2 to 3 pages. Yes, I do want an MLA format. It is personal, as in you're telling a story or your personal philosophy of success in education. However, it needs to be written professionally as a professional student to show me what you got, and that is really just choosing which one you want to write. If you choose the success story, look in your MindTap or in your OnCourse textbook, and you can model your essay after those student stories that you've been reading through the entire summer. And the personal success stories, you can use some of the examples from your book as well. So that is your big final points. It's worth 80 points. You can't get an A in this class without it, and without doing well in it. And then you have your last 20 answers. So no questions that you'll be developing this week, but you'll be answering last week's questions. And that leads me into, I've created a bunch of files for you this week. A compilation file, basically, of all the things that we've been doing throughout the semester. So your 20 answers, 20 questions, your what would you do if, the college lingo, the feelings wiki, all of those I have put together in printable form for you. So you can have those to print out and put in your binder. You can have access to them after the class ends to have those answers for when you need them. Those are things that you don't really know until you experience them, or maybe you didn't even know you had that question, and then it comes up and you're like, hey, I think I read that somewhere. What was that advice? Well, you'll have that printed out in your Guidance 18 binder. So when you or maybe one of your friends come across a challenging instructor, or what happens when a class gets canceled? What do I do? You're going to have those answers right in your binder, and you can refer to it. And it's not an end-all by any means, but it's definitely a reference point, as well as the campus resources. I put the Google Slides into a printable handout, and you can print those out, have those in your binder, and then you just have those to resource. And you can even put them in your school binder, take them out of a Guidance 18 binder after the class ends, put them in your normal binder for your semester, and then you have those numbers and the locations and everything of the math lab or the ITC, where you can get some help with a PowerPoint or Blackboard or whatever. So all of that is really handy information, not stuff you memorize, but stuff you want access to. So I've given it to you all to keep, which is an amazing resource in itself, and really you helped create it, which is even more fabulous. Google Slides, you have one last assignment for Google Slides, and that is creating your 3 rules to success. You've spent a ton of time thinking about what it takes to make it happen in college. Now it's time for you to put that to paper or slide. And then a final binder check, and really you get some freedom with this one. You need to print out at least 3 of the resources from class since our last binder check. It could be whatever. And then you need to give me pictures and or a video or something showing me how you've organized those 3 items in your binder. And then I want you to tell me why you chose those 3 things in particular. If you post pictures in the assignment area, you can just write in the comments why you chose each thing. If you say, if you give me a video, you can just talk through it while you're talking me through your video. Either way. And I think there's a couple of MindTap, well, I know there's a couple MindTap assignments. One is it's called Staying on Course to Your Success, and it's actually a lot of points. So I'm not having you do a chapter quiz. There's nothing, the chapter 9 is literally like 5 pages, I think, and most of it is your post-assessment. You did a pre-assessment at the beginning of your skills. This time you're doing a post-assessment, and then the Journal Entry 33 actually has you look at both of them and compare what you did before versus what you're doing now after you've gained some awareness of those things throughout the course, and then has you write your journal entry with your comparisons. Okay, I think that is it. Again, thank you so much for rolling with me this summer. This is the second time I've taught this class, the second time I've taught online. I learned a lot the first time around, but I'm still refining things. So again, that feedback on your instructor survey is going to be super helpful to me. Hopefully you've enjoyed the class, and I will be seeing you face-to-face, hopefully, in the counseling office.